Welcome to this round 20 clash of the North Eastern Football League clash between the Ainslie Tricolours and the Queanbeyan Tigers in traditional arch rivals. Joining me today for the broadcast is young Jacob Gaynor. Welcome to the broadcast, Jacob. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Jacob's an under-17 player with the Maris program. Of course, Maris last night had their 40-year dinner held at the Manuka Oval with Craig Bolton, the former Maris product, former Sydney Swans captain, now broadcaster with the ABC, give a presentation to all the parents and supporters of the Maris Football Club, and I believe it was absolutely outstanding, Jacob.
Yeah, the players actually didn't get to go, but it was really good feedback from all the adults and the parents there, and they said he's actually a wonderful bloke, and yeah.
That's fantastic. Great to see Craig putting something, and he has always put something back into the local community. Of course, Jacob, you're a player in the under-17s with the Maris program. Is that correct?
Yeah, I sure am.
And what position do you play?
I'm usually in the midfield and on the wing, but I'm coming back from an injury, so I'm playing most of my time in the forward line.
Most of you as a small forward. There could be a
forward,
couple of
yes.
roles out here for you today, so you want to be careful that you don't get signed up by the end of the day. But we'll get your comments throughout the game as we get set for the bounce down here. Of course, Queanbeyan fighting for survival in 2013. The Tricolours looking to shore up their spot for the finals in 2013. Shapes as an interesting clash. Both last start losers. And here we go with the bounce. The umpire will call it back. Of course, a couple of your mates out there umpiring today, Jacob.
Yeah, we have two Maris boys out there. We have Patrick Jackson and Michael Barlow.
And they doing the boundary or they field umpires?
Both of them are boundary umpires today.
It's great to see them involved in the footy, and there's a clearance straight out to Jolliffe onto the left foot, and he puts it down towards the run there of young Sam Jensen, but it was cut off there by Lachlan Highfield, and it just dribbles over the boundary line by Aaron Vandenberg. We'll get a boundary line throw in. Important clash here today for the Tricolours. They can shore up their position, of course. Results already gone through round 20. The Giants had a massive win over the Students in Sydney yesterday in the Chancellors Cup. 220 points, the Giants. They will go to second on the ladder. Beware of the Giant. Eastlake took on Southport, the might of the Southport Sharks up there at Southport yesterday. They got beaten by 50 points. Also, we had the Hills Eagles taking on Tuggeranong, and the Hills Eagles, their seasons are gone for 2013, but they had a victory against the Tuggeranong Hawks out there at Sydney yesterday. So they're the winners from round 20 as we get into the umpire balances it up there, and it's just taken away there. I think it was taken away by the Ainslie defender. Now it's out to Vandenberg. He got a scrubby left foot taken away out towards that of John Goulet. It's out towards Ryan Quaid. He chops off the footy. He goes to Grant. He was in feed there, but it was taken away by Crook with a quick handball over there to the speedy Sean Ellis. Ellis gets it now inside the forward 50 towards that of Marcus Crook. Created a lot of damage last week for the Tricolours. Kept them in the game against Belconnen, but he wasn't good enough. It's out to Atkinson. He's a good player. He's Jared Atkinson, the former Essendon player, out and out towards Quaid. He comes through the centre of the ground over to the jet in Stevens. Stevens with a bullet-like pass to Kavanagh. We've called that a few times. James Kavanagh. He knows this ground well, of course, the former Tricolour spearhead now at the Tigers. It's over towards Kavanagh. He puts the ball long down there, and it was intercepted there by Stone. He should have got a free kick. He was interfered with, but it's been taken away by the Ainslie defender out there towards Vandenberg. It's going to beat him over the boundary line. That it does. We'll get a boundary line throw-in right near the Ainslie interchange bench. A slow start by both sides out here, Jacob. As we get, they marshal the troops, we wait for the boundary line throw in. Couple of minutes gone here in this round 20 clash. It was Morris down to Vandenberg out towards Barry. A welcome addition is Chris Barry. He's been overseas on a leave of absence for a holiday. That's a free kick there to, it'll be Hine. Kirkwood's got the match-up on the former St Kilda player in Nick Hine. Jeremy Kirkwood, the number 18 for the Tigers. He's got his hands full there. He's a class act. He's Nick Hine. Hine gets it into Nick Payne. That's a great leg, and Nick Payne doesn't let him down as he shoots directly in front from the forward 50. He marked it quite convincingly in front of Coach Cade Klimke, didn't he there, Jacob?
Sure did.
He's a deadly kick is Nick Payne. There's a little bit of a breeze out there, and he aims it right, and that's a good start to Nick Payne, just what the Tricolours wanted. So that's his first. And the Tricolours first as they take first points here at Ainslie Oval in this round 20 clash. Of course, Queanbeyan needing to win to keep their slim finals hopes alive. Ainslie jockeying for ladder positions. The ladder as it stands after this week is Belconnen with a bye. They're on top. UWS with a superior percentage will move to second. The Swans will be third. Ainslie win today. I think they will be behind the Swans on percentage, and Eastlake will hold up the 5 with 36, so they'll be a game behind. Could be an elimination final between the Tricolours and the Demons. Anyway, back to the middle of the ground. It's Morris to do battle with Irwin, and it's taken away there through the middle of the ground. It was Stevens on the bottom of the pack. No, it wasn't Stevens at the bottom of that pack. He's normally at the bottom of every pack. He's on the bottom of this one. He gets a quick kick out of the contest there to Stevens, and it's taken away there. Much harder at the footy as a drop there by Hine. The umpire will have no choice but to say thank you very much. It didn't travel out of the centre square as they get up, hand the ball back, and it's tapped away there by Irwin. So it's kicked off the ground. Yeah, towards Ben Klemke, of course. Klemke, who's signed as assistant coach down in the strong Ovens and Murray League. Announced that mid-season as it's taken over. Tricolours had welcomed back Big Eric Stone today. He's a welcome addition to their ranks. Taken away by Irwin, only as far as Highfield. Now it's back in the hands of Tui. Tui goes across field towards Barry. Jansen and Barry in the foot race. Who's going to win this one? It's a free kick there. He was tackled without the footy, but he's got away with it, Sam Jansen. And the umpire's pulled it up. No, he said play on now, and it's taken away to Toby Conroy, the ball magnet in Conroy. He puts it through for the first goal. He's another one that knows this ground well. Of course, the former Tricolour product. Played under Jamie Shanahan here, and then he went down to the VFL. But that's a good goal there to Toby Conroy. He just sweated on that, and the umpire paid the advantage there. You like what you see so far, Jacob?
Yeah, it's been good. It should have been a free kick out on the flank, I think. But, yeah, good on Queanbeyan for taking advantage, and it was a great goal.
That's right. You get taught to play the umpire's whistle, don't you?
Sure do.
And that's the benefit of playing the umpire's whistle. All the players stopped for a break there, but back to the middle of the ground. It's 1 goal apiece. And the umpire bounces it down. It's Big Morris to do battle. That didn't really favour either ruckman. The umpire says, I'll have it back again. Here he is in the middle of the ground. He looks to get set again. Throws the ball up, of course. If he gets an unsuccessful bounce, he throws it up again. And it's taken away there by Ellis. He was tackled without the footy. Umpire says play on. Big Morris does his own roving and throws it out there towards Hine. That's a free kick mark, whatever you like, in front of Kirkwood. He's got his hands full as Jeremy Kirkwood. Hine towards that of Payne. He dropped what he should have taken in. Brilliant body work on Coach Klemke there. And Payne, he shuffles the ball out there towards Ellis. Ellis tries to find a way through. He got buried in the ground, and it's just run over the boundary line there by Jared Atkinson for the Tigers. We'll get a boundary line throw in 5 metres away from the Ainslie goals there, so 20 metres from their goal. They get an opportunity at the stoppage to go forward again and try and put some points on the board. Here's a free kick. The umpire has said it's going to be a free kick to the ruckman in Big Kane Morris. Over the shoulder. We'll see how the ruckman kicks. He wouldn't have kicked too many goals, Big Kane Morris. It might be his first one for the season. As young Damien Curlin comes on for a run, replacing Kane Stevens in the 49 for the Tigers. They took an opportunity. I think it's his first game, young Damien Curlin, so well done. Blooded a few players, young players this year, the Tigers. Big Kane Morris comes in, and he's just pushed it to the boundary side. So that's a behind. That's a let off there for the Tigers. So Kane Morris doesn't trouble the goal umpire with both arms. That's brought in by Klemke, taken away, and it's only as far as that of Highfield, and that's a good mark there to Lachlan Highfield. The umpire says play on. It's out there towards Payne and Klemke. Payne wins the foot race here. He brings it back inboard, and that's a clever kick. He's found that of Chris Barry onside, inside the paint at the forward 50. Barry is exactly 50 metres from goal. A little bit of a breeze favouring that end, I think, Jacob. Judging by the trees there, he unloads with the left foot as Barry puts it deep to the top of the square. There was 1,000 tigers there, and the umpire says you'll have a free kick, thanks Ryan Quaid. So free kick goes to Quaid. He gets a quick handball over there to the magnet in Conroy. Conroy has the run and bounce. He handballs inboard that towards Irwin. Irwin turns around onto the right boot, goes down through the centre corridor looking for that of Atkinson, only as far as Crook. Little's got a bit of work to do in chasing Marcus Crook. He tries to wrong foot him. The Brumbies last night. Commiserations to Jake White and the team. They put in a solid performance. Out towards Payne. He's already had 4 or 5 touches. Puts a worm burner down there towards that of Kirkwood. Kirkwood slips over. And it's given Ainslie an opportunity inside their forward 50. The umpire's going to, what's he going to do here? There's a lot more intent from the tricolours this week as opposed to last week. They'll be keen to atone, avenge their loss from last week. Umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. It's tapped away there by Irwin. Now it's out there towards Highfield again. He's been dominant in this first part, and it's out there towards Jajura. Luke Jajura. He's a very hard man to stop once the ball gets inside that forward 50. Luke Jajura, the number 20 for the tricolours. Had a bit of a dirty day last week, but he gets an opportunity now to redeem himself. Started on the pine today. We'll follow this home with Luke Jajura as they take the opportunity to rest the midfielders. Coach Rourke, a lot of rotations already here. Luke Jajura's really shunted that one. He's a good kick for goal. He seems to have lost a bit of confidence in front of goal, does Luke Jajura. Of course, 20 goals for the season. He's pushed that one right. He didn't look confident in kicking that one, did he, young Jacob?
Not at all.
As we wait for the ball to come back in. Of course, traditional rivals. Played in many a grand finals. 6 on the trot for each of them. 2 powerhouse clubs in the AFL scene here in Canberra. Arch enemies. As brought in by Klemke. Klemke towards Jolliffe. Free kick given away by Jajura. He's interviewed with Stephen Jolliffe. Jolliffe now brings the ball down through the wing, looking for that of Little. Now Archer's back, finds the runner Quaid. Quaid directing the traffic out there. He's very good as the lead up forward. Puts it into the space there, looking for Ben Klempe, but it was chopped off there by Crook, Lachlan Crook, that is. Crook brings it out to the commentary side, out towards Beef Goulet. Goulet put his teammate under pressure in Jack Kuzner and has created a turnover by Jansen, but he was good enough, Lachlan Crook, to get it back. He put a handball out there towards that of Lawless and went out to Hurst. Hurst and fresh man on the ground. He got a quick handball over there towards Jed Costigan. Finds Jajura, who is... There's a player down in back play. We'll get you to follow that one. It's the number 14 for Queanbeyan. It looks like it is Dave Smith, of course, an old schoolmate of yours. It was taught you last year, is that right, Jacob?
Yeah, he was my math teacher last year, and I was watching that just then, and I think he's got an elbow to the face.
It might be something for the video review panel during the week, but nonetheless, it was a behind. They've called for a stretcher here. It's no good for Mr. Smith, is it? So, an unlucky recipient of a stray elbow there. Mr. Jura went on to kick the point. He's had a wretched season after crossing from Tuggeranong with injury as David Smith. It's only his second game back. So we get this break in play. He gets up gingerly to his feet. He's ably assisted by the Queanbeyan trainers. And wonderful work they do. All of the support staff for all of the NEAFL clubs. They just can't function without it. But that mark was dropped there by that of Will Griggs. He should have taken that one. It's just now it's play on. It's out towards Liddell. Liddell comes down the centre wing with a poor kick down towards Kavanagh. He was interfered with there by Bowles. And as was, now it's out to Curlin. It's out towards Kavanagh. He was wrapped up. Young Damien Curlin looked assured, but it's a free kick now. Dropping the ball. Here's Sean Ellis. Must be greasy out there. This player's slipping and sliding. That's the third time Sean Ellis has gone over, but he goes across there towards Bowles. Tui, Bowles, Bowles. Out towards Crook. Marcus Crook. Smith has been helped off the field. He doesn't look well. We'll get you to keep your eye on that one there, Jacob. But that was a drop mark there by Irwin in front of, and it's Fulford, the Rising Star nomination. Takes them on. I like a player that takes them on out there towards Will Griggs. Unlucky was Ellis. He tried to dive over Will Griggs as he went to ground. It was out to Hine. He's been prominent early as Nick Hine. Out towards Costigan. That's a free kick. It should be too high against Toby Conroy. Got him too high. Unlucky there, I thought, Conroy, because he was already on the ground, Costigan, so you don't have a lot of choice. It's out to Hurst. That should be 50 against Mitch Heaslip. Yes, it is. That's undisciplined there from Mitch Heaslip. Out to Jeremy Hurst. This will bring him right in front of the sticks. Possibly to put the tricolour second on the board. You just can't afford to do those sorts of things and bring the players right within range. Brings him to just at the top of the goal square, 20 metres out. Young Jeremy Hurst. He's first for the afternoon and the tricolour second. Yes, it is. It's Hurst first. Well done to Jeremy Hurst, the recipient of a 50-metre penalty, courtesy of Mitch Heaslip. That puts the tricolour second on the board. It's all one-way traffic here at the moment. Ainslie had a lot of the play in this first 15 minutes, Jacob.
Yeah, Ainslie have really dominated the possession. Queanbeyan haven't been able to get any of it at all.
Not being able to get any clear possessions. When they are getting the possessions, they're under pressure by the Ainslie players, their direct opponents. They're getting 2 and 3 in at the contest. So back to the umpire in the middle of the ground. Good crowd on hand here, round 20 North Eastern Football League clash. I'm Brett Davis, and of course joining me today is young Jacob Gaynor. Great to have you in the broadcast, and it's cleared away by Conroy. Conroy out there towards that of Ben Klemke, and it's taken away. He hassles his man out of it. He scoops it up off the green over towards Swan. Good handball there to Jensen. Guess who? James Kavanagh. He takes it inside the forward 50. He gets a shot on goal. 35 metres out directly in front. He knows the sticks at this ground. Of course, the former Ainslie product. Now revelling out at the Tigers. Had a fair season. Layoff throughout the season with a bad ankle injury is James Kavanagh. He doesn't like that one. Neither does the goal umpire as he pushes it wide for a minor score. It's Lachlan Crook, ball in hand. He gets pressured by Fulford. He gets it over to Toohey. Toohey with a handball over to Highfield. He gets chased down by Fulford, the Rising Star. It's out towards Heaslip. He needs to redeem himself out towards the Jolliffe. Jolliffe with a bit of run there, with poor kick there by Jolliffe over to Ben Klemke in towards Heaslip. That was a poor choice there. Kane Stevens tried to ride the bump. Out to Jolliffe. He goes inside there towards Fulford. No, it's Curlin, young Curlin. They look the same with the boots at the bottom. It's out to Ash Harris, the ever-reliable Ash Harris, but only down the throat of Neil Irwin. He settles the play down as the big ruckman Irwin. He comes long down the line looking for that of Klemke, and that was a good grab. Should have went towards goal, but he goes towards the direction of Kavanagh. Got to take him on in that situation there sometimes, and it's over towards young Curlin. Was unlucky not to get a free kick as they clear it out through the defence, and it's just going to beat. No, it's not. It's out to that of Highfield. He's had a lot of footy in this first quarter, but only as far as Stephen Jolliffe. No, it's out to Klemke. They look alike, Klemke and Jolliffe, out towards that of Jansen. There's 50 against Jajura. It's an undisciplined act again by Luke Jajura. There's 50. To Will Griggs. It's going to bring him up within goal scoring range. I'm not sure if that's right on Will Griggs' range. He's not a bad kick of the football. Spending a lot more time in the midfield is Will Griggs. Played predominantly as a small forward last year and was so successful. He knows where the goals are, as young Will Griggs. Of course, part of the NEAFL representative program in 2013, acquitted himself extremely well. He makes no mistake with that. Thank you very much. Straight over the umpire's cap, Will Griggs. That's a good goal there to young Will Griggs. That's the Tigers' second. Keeps them in pace. Only 2 points off the pace now. He gets his first for the afternoon. So it's neck and neck here at Ainslie Oval for this round 20 clash. Of course, Queanbeyan, the 2012 premiers, aiming to keep their finals hopes alive for 2013. And the tricolours jockeying for ladder positions in 2013. Where will they finish? Back to the middle of the ground. Bounce favours Morris. Morris was taken away there by Harris. Harris gets a quick clearance out of the middle of the ground, only as far as he's slipped. He was too tall for Hurst on that occasion, out towards that of Atkinson, to the runner Stevens. Stevens brings it down to the runner Swan. Swan led hard for him, only as far as Kuzna. Sam Jensen is in there as well, ridden into the ground. It's out towards Jed Costigan. Costigan now goes only as far as a poor kick there towards that of Jared Atkinson standing in the hole. He comes across towards Jolliffe. And Jolliffe, he was ably assisted over there by Jeremy Kirkwood, who ran into good space for him out there towards that of the number 30, Bo Walker, of course, who suffered a horrific ankle injury against NT Thunder in the Foxtel Cup earlier in the season. But it's Tui who brings the ball across to Kuzna. He's chased down by Fulford, and he marks it under pressure. Does Jack Kuzna. Kuzna brings it up along the line in towards Big Stone, but it was a poor kick only as far as Nathan Curlin. Now it's Stevens, he rides the bump. Back to Conroy. Conroy chips it around over towards Quaid. Quaid in towards Swan. Gets big Morris. Morris tried to fish the ball away. So mucking around with it. Bowles gets a clearance out there towards Lawless. He was interfered with, but that was good work there by... It's out there towards Walker. Good handball there from Jolliffe. He rides the bump. Only as far as Kuzna. He tried to handball over the top there to Kavanagh. Was Swan down there in the goal square. It's taken away now by Barry. Barry out to his lookalike in Crook. You can't tell them apart out there. And it's taken away by the Tigers again. Far side here at Ainslie Oval. Round 20 clash. Jared Thompson, the 16-year-old. Jared Thompson brings it in towards Swan. Here's Stevens inside the 50, has a big launch at it to Kane Stevens. Guess what? He's banged it right on the 50. That was a great goal from Kane Stevens. Been a little bit off the boilers, Kane. He's played a lot of footy over the last 18 months, but he certainly reinforces what he's all about. He's a very hard-working in and under, outside and inside midfielder is Kane Stevens. He wouldn't look out of place on an AFL list, I don't think. Of course, he's had some exposure at the GWS, and that reiterates that was a la Dustin Martin yesterday. If you saw that kick off one step against the Hawks, Kane Stevens just off one step there, bang on 50, so that's a great goal. That's the Tigers' third. Gives the tricolours a bit of work to do now as they gain the ascendancy, the Tigers, Jacob.
Yeah, they sure do. Just a word on Dave Smith. He got up just a minute ago for a quick walk after that elbow to the head, but he's quickly sat back down.
So he's probably feeling the effects of it. Let's hope he gets better and can get out there. It's out towards Barry. Barry over towards Vandenberg, another one of the Ainslie's up-and-comers. He'd have to be leading their best and fairest along with Ash Harris. That was a poor kick there. It was taken into the arms there. It's Kieran Shea as he tries to punch the ball away. It's out there towards Swan. Little overran it. There's Damien Curlin. Sam Jensen at the bottom of the pack. He's like a terrier, is Sam Jensen. He throws his body at everything. He's a tackling dynamo, little Sammy Jensen. Now Boris says, thank you very much, I'll have it. As he gets a well-earned rest, Sam Jensen, as he comes to the bench, swaps with the other dynamo, Will Griggs. There's Goulet, got the tap down only as far as Little. Goes out of bounds again, right in front of the commentary box here. 25 minutes gone here. Of course, other round 20 winners. UWS over the Sydney Uni. Southport over Eastlake and the Hills Eagles over Tuggeranong. They're your round 20 winners. Who's it going to be here at Ainslie Oval for this live streaming game brought to you through the NEAFL channel? Of course, you can keep up to date through all the comings and goings. NEAFL, Fiona Nelson with NEAFL TV during the week. All the updates on the website. You can also keep up to date through Twitter and any of the iPhone applications. It's Liddell, and it was really strongly attacked there, but it's out of bounds on the full. Bo Walker attacked the ball there, but it's out towards Lachlan Highfield. He gets a free kick for out of bounds on the full. So One positive thing for the Tigers, if they don't make the finals for 2013, they're blooded along a lot of young kids, so it'll stand them in good stead for 2014 going forward. As Jajura chose it off the ground, it's a foot race between that of Queanbeyan and Payne. He's got great acceleration over the first 5 or 10 metres as Nick Payne. It wasn't good enough on this occasion as Queanbeyan was the recipient of the free kick. He gets a quick handball out there towards Kirkwood. Kirkwood has a quick bounce now. He's got to make a decision. He goes towards Big Curlin. That's Nathan Curlin. So they bring it across. Out to Conroy, Liddell with a poor kick only as far as Highfield. He's been in it from the word go. Lachlan Highfield out towards Toohey. Toohey into Harris. Harris in the middle of the ground. Another one of the leading vote getters, I'd suggest. High up in the Ainslie best and fairest for 2013. He's been a star for them. Only as far as Atkinson, Jared Atkinson. He's marshalling them down there in that back half. Across to Heaslip. He'll come directly down the line, only as far as John Goulet. That was a poor kick from Mitch Heaslip. He had Toby Conroy outside there, all unattended. He went further. He lifted the eyes looking for Kirkwood, but there's a mark to Curlin. Got him listed as 32 in the program. I think he's wearing 45. The long sleeve is Nathan Curlin. Out there towards Kane Stevens, takes a strong mark, finds the run of Jeremy Kirkwood. Kirkwood takes them on, takes on Ellis, has a running bounce, gets it onto the left boot, only as far as Fulford. That was just on the 15. Young Benny Fulford, of course, the rising star for the round 19. He takes on Highfield. Well done, does young Fulford. Puts it to the top of the square. It was Swan who tried to take a courageous mark, but it's just rushed over the line there by Ed McCowan. I believe it's his first senior game today, is that correct? Ed McCowan? Yep, it is. It is his first senior game. Wearing the 44 for the Tricolours. He showed a bit of composure. He's going to get it back here inside the forward 50. It's a handball, finds the runner Bowles. Bowles gets it on towards that of Josh Bennett. He just come onto the ground as Josh Bennett. Must have started on the pine too. Another one of the forwards. He had a dirty day last weekend, did Josh Bennett, the leading goal kicker in the competition. Out towards Heaslip, out towards that. The runner Fulford. Fulford comes down towards centre wing. Out towards the outstretched arms of Kavanagh, but only as far as the first gamer in McCowan. McCowan out towards Bennett. 2 touches in a minute for Josh Bennett. That'll please Coach Rourke. He tries to take him on. He's corralled by Nathan Curlin. Out towards the man who's had a lot of the footy, but this occasion he puts it out of bounds on the full without pressure. Lachlan Highfield, that's a bad turnover there as they were pressing to put some scoreboard pressure on there. So it's out towards Jolliffe. He started this game in good fashion as Stephen Jolliffe. Out towards the diminutive Sam Jensen. Jensen gets it down towards that of Irwin. Irwin attacked the ball hard, but it was chopped off by Goulet, and it beats them both over the boundary line. 25 minutes gone, 27 minutes gone here. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers 3-1-19, 2-4-16. What are the Tricolours got to do, Jacob, to get back into this one?
Oh, I think...
Get their hands on the footy.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. They had the possession early in the game, but I think Queanbeyan have really come back and they've got all the possession in the second half of the first quarter.
There you go. Of course... Jacob Gaynor joining us from the Marist Under-17s program, that football nursery down there, and that was well read there by Cade Klemke. Chopped it off, put himself in the position. He attacked it to the ball magnet in Conroy. Conroy out to Liddell, out to the run of Atkinson. The silky skills of Jared Atkinson on show here at Ainslie Oval. Look who he's found. The outstretched arms of Andrew Swan, the big 3, put his mitts up, and he hasn't let him down. He got the ball at the highest point there, did Andrew Swan. Go back and have a ping, Andrew. That's what you got to do when you're the key forward. Put it over the goal umpire's head. He goes back, leans over the foot. He wasn't confident. He kicked like a backman there, Andrew Swan, and he's pushed it wide for a behind. So he let himself down there, Andrew Swan. It's out towards a good kick at fine crook. Out towards the runner Vandenberg. Vandenberg, as the siren sounds, he found Toohey. It is the Tigers, 3-3-21, 2-3-15, so a 6-point margin here at quarter time. Tricolours with all the work to do. Queanbeyan really fought back in the last half of that first quarter. Jacob, what did you make of it?
They did. Queanbeyan started very, very slowly, and Ainslie took the most of that, and then pretty much just swapped in the second half of that first quarter, and Queanbeyan are really pushing for a big upset.
Here we go. There you have a big upset. So they've got everything to play for. The Tigers. There's a lot of spirit out there. Ainslie, they look good early, but here it is. It is 3-2-21 to 2-4-16. We'll be back with the second quarter here at Ainslie Oval for this round 20 Northeastern Football League clash.
Welcome back to round 20 of the NEAFL competition here at Ainslie Oval. The score is currently Ainslie 2-4-16, losing to Queanbeyan 3-3-21, and the umpire is about to get us underway.
Start of the second quarter here. Well done. That's doing some work experience, a real following in sports media. That's what you hope to pursue further on down the track. Is that right, Jacob?
Yeah, I hope to do a Bachelor of Sports Media. And yeah.
Great to have you on board and see how it all works behind the scenes. Of course, you're a keen AFL player and follower. Got your Sydney Swans gear on today and checking the mobile phone. They're up at the moment, aren't they, the Swannies?
Yeah, they're up to doing well. I think it's 63-47 at half time.
Half time, there you go. And it's Crook who puts it down towards Bennett. It's Quaid who's gone back. Now Bennett takes on Quaid there, puts it into the top of the square, only as far as that of Cade Klemke. He's a good player, is Coach Klemke. It'll be interesting to see what he does for a season 2014. There are some suggestions that he will be elsewhere in 2014, but Atkinson, he puts that one out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Tricolours, right on centre wing, far side here at Ainslie Oval. It is the Tigers, 3-3-21, Ainslie 2-4-16, hoping to keep their season alive. The Tigers, the defending premiers for 2012. The Tricolours jockeying for positions inside that top five. Which way will it end? It's down towards Lawless. He took a strong mark there. He puts it deep inside the forward 50 down towards Bennett. Punched away by Quaid. He was good enough to recover. Was Josh Bennett. He takes two or three of them on. Got a quick handball over there towards Hurst. Taken away by the speedy Will Griggs. Will Griggs gets it outside the danger zone, but only as far as Marcus Crook. No, it's Barry out there. They look alike out there. He's a little bit solid. He's Marcus Crook. He brings it into the middle of Bowles. Bowles gets a quick handball over there towards Toohey. Toohey comes further afield to the first gamer in McCowan. McCowan, he's on centre wing. He puts it down there towards the run there of Nick Hine. Heel slip beat Hine there. He got dragged off the foot. He was heel slip. Nick Hine and heel slip having a ding-dong battle down there. And it's the umpire saying, I'll have it, thank you very much. Neither of you guys can clear the ball out of the area. Right on the 50-metre arc here at Ainslie Oval, this round 20 clash as we move into finals for 2013. Which way will it finish? Of course, other round 20 winners, Southport over Eastlake up there at Southport. The UWS Giants with a massive percentage boosting win against the Students University, 222. The Giants scored yesterday. Watch out for the Giants, and of course the Swans, they got beaten by the Gold Coast, so it puts a further dent in their premiership credentials for 2013. Belconnen with the bye. The Hills Eagles had a good victory over the Tuggeranong Hawks in Sydney yesterday, so beware of the Hawks in the last round. They've got everything to play for. Of course, a decision for your former junior club, Jacob, not to commit to the NEAFL competition in 2014. They will still have a presence in Canberra. It's important that they will still be represented in the Valley. They'll just drop down to the Division 1 competition for 2014. But back to the play, the umpires awarded a free kick against Bennett for in the back. So it'll go to the coach in Klemke, and the number one gets it across to his lookalike in Jolliffe, the speedy Jolliffe. He runs it now through the left foot. He puts it up and under. Get under that one, boys. It's reminiscent of the Brumbies last night, but it's into Liddell in the middle of the ground. Liddell puts it straight down there of that of James Kavanagh. Kavanagh marks it in front of Damien Bowles. That was a clever mark there by James Kavanagh. He just followed the ball through the air, and he never lost sight of it, did he, Jacob?
Not at all, but Kavanagh's opposition player is pushing up the ground, trying to make an option, and Kavanagh's just staying back, and it worked on that occasion.
Worked for him on that occasion. It was right at home with James Kavanagh. I don't think he'll miss from there. No, he won't. 4 points to James Kavanagh as he extends the Tigers' lead. That's his first for the afternoon. So good work there from Liddell in the middle of the ground. Anyone you want to send a big cheerio to out there, all your fans, all your listeners, all the girlfriends listening to you from St Clair's, Jacob, or mum and dad at home listening, tuned in, the brothers and the siblings?
No, I don't think any of them will be listening to my voice.
You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. It's great to have you on board here at this round 20 clash. North Eastern Football League brought to you through NEAFL.com.au. I'm Brett Davis, and joining me in the commentary today is the work experience student in young Jacob Gaynor, the Marist under-17 product. Of course, hoping to go on and play a long, fruitful career in the NEAFL. We'll see where that goes. Just coming back off an injury, Jacob. What happened? You had surgery during the year, is that correct?
Yeah, last year in the final series, I went to tackle a player and I brought him back down on my knees and hyperextended both of my knees. My left knee came off worse and I had a meniscal tear and had surgery on that a couple of months ago, and yeah, played my first game yesterday and I'm feeling confident of our team making the finals.
So you'll get to see some finals in 2013, back to the middle of the ground. It's the run of Kirkwood to the lead of James Kavanagh. Geez, he broke some speed there over the last 10 or 15 minutes. He puts it in there towards that of Fulford, and that's a good grab there by Ben Fulford. Fulford, in front of Rob Toohey down there. As Quaid's moved to the back half as Fulford. 40 metres on a very tight angle here at Ainslie Oval. How will it go through? He backs himself, he likes himself. He liked it, the goal umpire didn't. There was a lot of cheering. Only as far as the behind post. It's brought in by Lachlan Highfield with a good kick. That going 60, 70 metres out there towards Toohey. Toohey brings it down towards the ever-reliable Ash Harris. Harris in the middle of the ground on the left foot. He brings it down in towards that run of Bennett. Bennett should drop what he should have taken. It gives Quaid an opportunity. He done him for pace to Josh Bennett. James Bennett, Josh Bennett. Too many Bennetts in the competition. They're all good class players. What's the umpire said here? It's a free kick. A little bit of a scuffle off the ball. He's paid it to no one. He blew the whistle but didn't pay it to anyone. So it's in the arms of that of Bo Walker. Walker puts it down the throat of that of Klemke. That's Ben Klemke. Ben Klemke puts it there towards Fulford. He's causing a lot of damage out there as young Ben Fulford. I can see why he was nominated as the rising star for round 19. He's got a ton of it early in this second quarter. In that first quarter, it's the Tigers, 4-4-28, 2-4-16. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, brought to you through neafl.com.au as we move into the finals for 2013. Who's going to be the Premier? Who are going to be the victors? It's out towards Crook, battling survival. For survival as the Tigers. And of course the Tricolours battling for ladder position. It's out towards the speedy Ellis. Ellis got a quick handball over towards that of runner Barry. Barry couldn't quite take it. It's out there towards Barry again. He's bobbed up with it again. They've missed him over the last few weeks. It's Chris Barry. He puts it over the goal umpire's hat, but only as far as the behind post, so he couldn't get the two fingers out. Chris Barry. Quaid, who brings the ball back in there towards the other ball magnet Conroy. Atkinson, deep inside the Queanbeyan defensive half. Just a quick little give to Jolliffe as they take the heat out of the game. They're controlling the tempo out to the magnet again. He gets a quick kick out towards the run there of Coach Klemke. Klemke down towards that of Kavanagh. That was good lead by James Kavanagh. He brings it inboard to the run of Jolliffe, who followed the kick up. He started it in the back half there. He brings it in cross-board towards Swan. Swan again takes a mark inside the forward 50, directly in front, 49 metres from goal. He's going to go back this time. He looks a little bit more confident. Does Andrew Swan?
We've just seen Dave Smith. He's come back on after his earlier head knock in the first quarter.
As we ride that home with Andrew Swan, it didn't quite make the distance. Guess who? Benny Fulford at the bottom of the pack. Out there towards Will Griggs, the diminutive Will Griggs. He snapped at goal, but only as far as the boundary line. It's hit the the point post. It'll be a boundary line throw in. They're pretty good at the stoppages as Queanbeyan. They'll get a third man up here at the contest. They throw it in. It is Irwin. It's not really getting out of there. The umpire will say, thank you very much, I'll have it. Neither side could clear the scrimmage. Taken away, quick clear out of there by Ainslie, only as far as that of Barry. Was tackled without the footy by Conroy. A quick shuffle out there by that of Barry again. Out there towards Tui. Took a wicket, bounced the Sharon there, and just Googled Josh Bennett in front of quite a little bit of argy-bargy as they exchange pleasantries out here at the centre wing. Throw in by the umpires, grabbed out of the ruck by Irwin, got a quick handball over there towards that of Jolliffe, out to Stevens. Stevens, give it to Walker, he fell as he went to get for the footy out towards Jolliffe again, it's out of bounds on the full. Steve Jolliffe tried to get it down the throat there of young Fulford, but it went only as far as out of bounds on the full. As Bo Walker comes from the ground, looking a little bit worse for wear. Maximum effort, Bo Walker. The tricolours, what have they got? Ball down the ground, looking for that of Crook. Punched away by Quaid as an experienced defender, the former Swan. Ryan Quaid, the captain of the Queanbeyan Tigers, out towards Jolliffe, who's been impressive today out there. Oh, it's a good mark there taken by Rob Tui. After he bounced back after a poor game last week was Tui, out towards that of Harris. Harris out towards Bowles. He takes on Kavanagh, gave him a bit of candy. Out there towards McGowan, and he got pushed in the back, ridden into the ground by Swan. It's play on. Out there towards Harris, he gets a quick handball over there towards Lawless. Lawless to Costigan. He's chased by Jolliffe. Just to corral him. A good pass there to Hine. Follows it up to Costigan. Another one over to Lawless. Lawless outside the 50 gets it to the lead of Payne. Payne. That's Nick Payne. In front of Mitch Heaslip is Nick Payne. Shooting from about 47. As Rob Tilley gets a well-earned rest. We'll ride this home with Nick Payne as he improves the angle. Doesn't do much good as it just floats. The right of the uprights as Nick Payne pushes that one wide. That's another minor score for the tricolours. Having trouble bringing up the majors, the tricolours here. But it's out to the ball magnet in Conroy. Racking them up. 50 metre down the field against Luke Jajura again. He comes from the ground with another undisciplined act, a 50 metre against Luke Jajura. It's a stern talking to from the Ainslie coaching staff on the boundary line as Ash Harris comes back onto the ground. Out towards Kavanagh to the run there of Kieran Shea. Shea, well done to the first gamer in McCowan. He punched it away from Fulford. As Heaslip comes for a rest, Atkinson goes on. Boundary line throw in. Johnny Goulet got up high there, only as far as Cade Klimke. Was it Ben Klimke down there? And what's the umpire going to do? He says, I'll have it. Neither side could clear the big ball down there. He throws it up quickly. It is Kuzner who got the clearance only as far as Swan, who got a check sword on the right side of the boot, hit the base of the post. Unlucky there was Andrew Swan. He tried everything. It's out towards Kuzner. Kuzner in the middle of the ground in front of Will Griggs. Straight down the line. He's looking for that of Jeremy Hurst. He did well. He ran Kirkwood under the ball. Here's a good transition from the tricolours out to Hine. Out towards that of Payne. He worked Klemke under the ball there. That was clever use of the body there by Nick Payne. He just worked Cade Klemke under the ball there and took a good mark from behind. Difficult shot. Left footer is Nick Payne. He's looked dangerous inside that forward 50 as Nick Payne, the number 3 for Ainslie, hasn't he, Jacob? As we ride at home, I think he's pushed this one a little bit wide again. Nick Payne with a minor score again. He's second in a couple of minutes. It's brought out here by Atkinson. Atkinson out towards that of Walker. Walker went without it, and it went through his mitts over the boundary line throw in. Is that one of your mates down there? Yeah, the boundary umpire down there.
It sure is. Michael Barlow just about to throw it in.
There's little Michael Barlow. Plays in your footy side, does he, Jacob?
No, he did last year. He really tries to focus on umpiring these days.
So he's making a career out of it. There's a young Curlin who's swung to the ground there, and welcome to senior football, Nathan Curlin. The umpire says, I'll have it. Who's going to get up with the footy first? It's Crook and Irwin doing battle in the middle there. It's Goulet. Goulet worked at the front position towards the advantage of Harris. Tackled strongly by Irwin and Kane Stevens, the tackling dynamites from the Tigers. It's taken out of there by Jensen. Jensen pushes the ball down there towards that of Kavanagh. And it was taken on by Bowles. That was a good tackle by Ben Klemke. The umpire said that's holding the ball. Good strong tackle there from James Kavanagh. The umpire's reversed the kick here against James Kavanagh. Free kick will go there to, I think it's Costigan. It is Costigan. Over to Vandenberg. He was hotly pursued by Fulford. Goes through the middle of the ground. Found Cook unattended there in the middle of the ground. He was good enough to recover quickly. Out towards McCowan. Out towards Crook again. No, it's Lachlan Crook, that is. Over towards Harris. Harris out towards that of Curlin. That's Nathan Curlin under the run and bounce of Stephen Jolliffe. He tried to take him on. He did. He got a handball over the top there. Get under that one. It's out. It's caused a turnover. It's Ash Harris now. Out there towards that of Costigan. Costigan rams it down the throat of Josh Bennett. Bennett outside 50 is probably outside his range as he goes back, puts it down to the advantage of Nick Payne. Payne gets the arms up out towards Hine. Hine was clever enough out towards Hurst, and that's a good kick there from Jeremy Hurst. Well done to young Jeremy Hurst. That's a good goal. They worked well inside the forward 50 there, did the Tricolours to register their third. They've been threatening to do that for the first 15 minutes of the quarter, Jacob.
They sure are, and it's, I think it is, it's Nick Payne who's really the difference in this second quarter at the moment.
He's creating a real nightmare down there for Coach Klemke. So Nick Payne is really worrying him with his body strength and just taking him under the footy. Nick Payne, the architect of that goal. So he brings the Tricolours a little bit closer. 4 points the difference here. Round 20 North Eastern Football League clash. 4-5-29 to the Tigers. 3-7-25 to the Ainslie Tricolours. It is the Goulet, Beef Goulet in the middle of the ground. He got a decisive tap on it out there towards the run of Lachlan Crook out there towards that man we've just spoken about in Nick Payne. Well done to Cade Klemke. He was tackled there was young Nathan Curlin. Punched away there by Payne again. He put his head down and did Cade Klemke. And the umpire says, play on. Sam Jensen's at the Terrier. The umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. As we get a bounce just off the centre square there. Here at Ainslie Oval, it is Goulet who gets up high, out towards that of Curlin. Wasn't sure what to do with it. It went only as far as Ellis. Ellis dribbles it in towards that of Bennett. Atkinson, good hands there from Bennett. Hine back to Crook. Crook off one step with the left foot. Puts it down only as far as Mitch Heaslip, who saves the day for the Tigers. Heaslip, he brings it in towards that of Jared Atkinson, the former Essendon product. Atkinson leans back on the footy over towards that of Klemke. It's going to be too much. No, it's going to be good enough to keep it in play as Coach Klemke. Klemke comes through centre wing, handball over the top. And we bring it in through the middle of the ground now in towards that of the number 16 in Kieran Shea. Shea for the Tigers, only as far as the Ainslie defence. It's Kuzner here who works it out through the middle of the ground. Kuzner down towards that of Payne. He dropped what he should have taken. It's out towards Kirkwood, the run of Jeremy Kirkwood. Jezza, as he's affectionately known. Jeremy Kirkwood in the season beats them all over the boundary line. The umpire says, I'll have it, and we'll get a boundary line throw in. Dead set centre wing here at Ainslie Oval. Round 20, 4 points the difference, 20-minute mark of the second quarter. It is the Tricolours trying to mount a comeback of some sorts after Queanbeyan jumped them in the last half of the first quarter and got the first score here at after the start for quarter two. Umpire says, I'll have it back. middle of the ground. How are you seeing it at the moment, Jacob?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
Fantastic in what respect?
I think, the first quarter was a bit uneven. I had two parts of which both teams dominated, and this term has been very, even throughout. But I think Ainslie are coming back strongly, and Queanbeyan fighting back as well.
Here's young Fulford. Ben Fulford. He's going to have a shot at it. He's 30 metres from their goal. Could be a handy goal if he gets it. Young Ben Fulford will be right at home with him. And I think he's pushed that one just a little bit wide. Yes, he has. Young Fulford, he's had plenty of the footy in this second quarter, here at Ainslie Oval. He had plenty of it in the first quarter as well. John Goulet out towards the run of Kuzna, out towards Bowles, who's broken free of Swan. His dead set centre wing is Damien Bowles out there towards Hine. Atkinson cleaned it up, he sold a bit of candy. Was chased from behind from Nick Hine only as far as Ben Klemke. Ben Klemke now 75 from the Tigers' goal as he puts it in there towards that of young Damien Curlin. The 49, Damien Curlin puts it into the hot spot, top of the square. Guess who? Kane Stevens off the top of the square, front and centre. Thank you very much. That's his second. Kane Stevens, you're a star. Very, very well done to Kane Stevens. He just read that best off the hands. It was clever play by that of Ben Klemke, who just put the ball to the top of the square to create a contest as he comes to the ground for a well-earned rest. Just simple footy, got the job done there for the Tigers as they increase their lead here at Ainslie Oval. 5-6-36, plays 3-7-25. Quarter 2 here in the North Eastern Football League, round 20 clash. Tigers fighting to keep their season alive in 2013. The Tricolours jockeying for position. They can finish as high as second. The Tricolours if they win today. So there's plenty to play for. Of course, the traditional arch rivals, it's Irwin who tried to get a backhander, but the ever-reliable John Goulet, free kick in the middle of the ground to Crook against Jansen. He was a little bit overzealous in the tackle. Poor kick there by Crook, only as far as Ellis. He tried to batten it down towards that run of Lawless, out towards Vandenberg. Vandenberg with a scrubby-looking kick. Makes Payne work for that one, but he was good enough to follow it up as Aaron Vandenberg tucks the ball under the arm, puts it around the body, and only as far as the behind post. So that was a good effort there by Aaron Vandenberg. Made all the play, took the game on out towards Jolliffe. Jolliffe brings the ball in towards that of Jansen. Jansen gets to a good mark in front of Goulet. 21 for the Tricolours, John Goulet. He gets asked to do some big jobs to Johnny Goulet. Sam Jansen puts his body on the line every week, out towards that of Kavanagh. Well done to Bowles. He chopped in front out towards Vandenberg. Tui goes across the ground to that of Crook. Marcus Crook, that is. It's a foot race now between Shea and Crook. Ash Harris behind the footy now out towards that of Marcus Crook. There's Ellis calling for it. He ignores that. He goes further afield to Nick Hine and a poor kick, and it goes over the boundary line. Boundary line throw in. 10 points the difference here. This round 20 clash here. North Eastern Football League. 25 minutes gone. What are you seeing in the second quarter, Jacob?
A lot more flowing football in the second quarter, but I think Queanbeyan are starting to get it back. I think Ainsley started well, but Queanbeyan are fighting back.
It's out there towards Lawless. He puts the ball down the throat there of three of the Queanbeyan defenders went up. There's Nick Payne. He took on Toby Conroy. A good tackle there by Stevie Jolliffe in the back half. The ball spills free. Well done to Klemke. He gets it out to the ball magnet in Conroy. Conroy brings it across there towards Will Greggs. They're really having an impact on the game. Well done to Will Greggs. He showed a bit of foot candy there, and he balked his way only as far as James Kavanagh. Dead set centre wing here at Ainslie Oval. James Kavanagh just takes the heat out of the game as the Tigers control it by foot. Out there towards Walker. Walker with a poor kick there. Out towards Stevens. He kept his feet, did Kane Stevens. Big Morris had to do all the roving work out towards Vandenberg. Vandenberg with a poor kick out towards Swan. Swan put it down the bootlaces of Kane Stevens. He's kicked that off one step as Kane Stevens again. Only wasn't successful in going through for 6 points. It's out of bounds on the full. Be a free kick to the Tricolours, so they got out of jail there. Did the Tricolours. We wait for the ball to be brought back in. 10 points the difference. 25 minutes gone. Can't be long left. Only a couple of goals scored this quarter. As we wait for the ball to be brought back in. It's brought back in by Lawless. That's Michael Lawless. Taken away, hacked out of the air by Morris. Out towards the run of Atkinson in front of Hine. Good tackle there, solid tackle. Vandenberg said, I'll have it, thanks very much. Aaron Vandenberg straight out to Hine. That was a good kick as down towards the advantage of Jajura. He takes on Klemke. He was good, showed a clean pair of wheels, did Cade Klemke in the back half there. He finds it out to the other ball magnet in Conroy. Conroy out towards Kavanagh, who's camped out on the wing there, only as far as Rob Tui for the Tricolours, and he sees it safely over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary line thrown right on the 50-metre arc. That's Queanbeyan's 50-metre arc. These are the Queanbeyan runners, Michael Geyser and Robbie Thompson. Blown a bit, his big guys out there. It's good to see him out there. Of course, the former champion fullback Michael Geyser. Number 21 he used to wore it with distinction throughout his career. As they bring in the changes. As Smith comes back onto the ground, a little smile, wry smile comes to the face. Jacob Gaynor, the former maths teacher at Maris College, Dave Smith, and he's worked his way through that as Toby Conroy off the outside of the boot. It's been touched on the line there. Unlucky was Toby Conroy. So a minor score to the Tigers. Not really reaching any great heights. It's a real arm wrestle out here. That's a great kick there from Bowles. Found 75 metres. Found Ellis in the middle of the ground. Now the running Ian Lawless, that is. Out there, into the middle of the ground, it's mopped up by Jolliffe. Jolliffe in the back half, he's stood in the tackle out there towards the ball magnet in Conroy. He's racking the possessions up out there towards Swan. Swan to the lead of Kavanagh. He turned his defender in Bowles around, puts it inside. It's gone outside there, I thought, in the boundary line, but the umpire didn't agree with me. I hope it wasn't your mate, because I'll give him a review at school tomorrow. The umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. Here we have it, boundary line throwing, can't be long left in this quarter. A goal would be handy on the siren for the Tigers, but it's cleaned up by the Ainslie defence. They're working overtime today here at Ainslie Oval in this round 20 clash. Here's Curlin, that's Damien Curlin. He's looked quite composed out there as young Damien Curlin to the leader Swan. He presents quite well inside that forward 50, does the number 3 for the Tigers in Andrew Swan. What do you think about that, young Jacob?
Yeah, it was very good play off the stoppage.
There you have it. Joining us on work experience today, the under-17 product from the Maris Football Club is young Jacob Gaynor. As we ride at home with Swan, it'll be handy on the break, but he's just pushed it to the left-hand goal post, Andrew Swan. I've been impressed with his work inside the forward 50, Andrew Swan. As the Tricolours bring it back. Not much distance as Bowles get to that one. That's a thumping kick. That is a 70-80 metre kick out towards Tui, out towards Hine to the run of Vandenberg. It's read better by Atkinson, but he got batted over towards Vandenberg, and there goes the siren for half-time. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers, 5-8-38 to 3-8-26. There's a bit of a boil over here at half-time. I would have picked the Tricolours to be leading, but it is the Tigers making all the play. Of course, Kane Stevens with a couple. Kavanagh's got one. Fulford's got a couple of missed opportunities. Jeremy Hurst has got one for the Tricolours. Chris Barry's got one. And an entertaining first half. Neither side, only 8 goals scored for the first half. What did you make of it, Jacob?
It was a very good half of football, I think. The first quarter wasn't that entertaining, but the second quarter really opened up for both sides, and we saw a lot of flowing football, and it was great to watch.
It's been played between the two arcs, so there you have it. We'll be back after half-time with all the action in this round 20 clash. Of course, both sides needing to win to shore up their positions for 2013. Queanbeyan needing to win to stay alive for 2013. The tricolours looking for ladder positions as we move into the finals for 2013 is the Tigers. 5-8-38, 3-8-26 to the tricolours. Welcome back to this round 20 clash North Eastern Football League for the second half between the Ainslie Tricolours and the Queanbeyan Tigers. It's the Queanbeyan Tigers in front here at half time. 5-8-38 to 3-8-26. What are the Tricolours got to do, Jacob, to get back into the game?
I think they've really just got to get it down to number 3, Nick Payne. He was the difference in the second quarter, and they get it to him, they'll have no worries in beating Queanbeyan this afternoon.
There you go. There's Swan. He's gone back into the back half. It was a quick kick out of the middle from that of Crook as the wind has really picked up here at Ainslie Oval. I'm not sure which end it's favouring. It appears to be... Oh, that was a poor kick there from Shea out towards Walker. It appears to be going favouring the club end here at Ainslie Oval. It's Liddell. He rides 2 or 3 tackles. He's unlucky. And it's out towards Stevens. He got a handball to the run of that of Ben Klemke. Ben Klemke puts it into the throat of James Kavanagh. Kavanagh goes inboard towards that of Fulford. And it's cleared away there by Bowles out towards Barry. Barry quickly got onto the foot to Hurst. Hurst in front of Atkinson. Young Jeremy Hurst, the goal scorer in that second quarter. He's in the half-forward line there. They look a little bit flat, the Tricolours, as it's Harris who punches the ball away. There's the coach Rourke really looking for the combinations to get the Tricolours back in this game. It's Kuzner in front of Klemke. He comes back inboard towards Barry. Barry takes a run and bounce onto the favoured left foot as Barry goes down towards that of Stone. They've moved Stone forward trying to reignite this Ainslie Tricolour side. He puts it down towards the run there of Payne. Payne goes to ground and is going to beat them all over the boundary line. Inside the forward 50 there. Neither side can gain the ascendancy. It's really been played between the two arcs today here at Ainslie Oval. Of course, we've spoken previously, the Tricolours jockeying for ladder positions, the Tigers looking to keep their slim finals hopes alive in 2013, but it's out towards Aaron Vandenberg. Vandenberg comes back into the middle of the ground looking there for, it was a miss kick looking for Morris, but he was good enough to butter it up as Highfield. Now it's put down towards that of Bennett, and it's Josh Bennett out towards taken away by the Queanbeyan defenders. There's a good tackle there from, I think it's Queanbeyan there on Josh Bennett. It is. He's got him for holding the ball. Didn't release the ball there, Josh Bennett. So a good strong tackle there from Ryan Quaid. He handballs it across over towards Will Griggs. Griggs comes down towards his mate and Stevens. Stevens to Walker, back flank. Walker, good kick towards that of Klemke. Worked his man Kuzner under the ball. Looking for a handball out towards Kane Stevens. Out to the lead of Liddell. Liddell drops what he should have probably taken. It was a tough mark, but it was a bit of a slips catch down there for Matt Liddell. Right in front of the commentary box, of course, I'm Brett Davis. Joining me is the Marist Under-17 product, Jacob Gaynor. Hope you're enjoying the experience, Jacob, and it leads to bigger and brighter things. This Marcus Crook has dived into the ground there. The umpire says, I'll have it. Unlucky not to get a free kick was Marcus Crook. The 2-4s get up, and it's Toby Conroy, the other ball magnet, with the ball. It is Morris doing battle with Irwin, and the big man stakes, and it's taken there by Costigan, punched on by Kirkwood. No, that was Lawless. Kirkwood out to Griggs, taken over the boundary line. Boundary line throw in, as Griggs throws the ball back to the umpire. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. No score on the scoreboard yet. Walker hacks it out of the contest there. Only as far as Ben Klemke out to Kuzner. He got a good shepherd there from Tui. Brought it across the face of the goal. Now it's a foot race between Kavanagh and Bowles. Who's going to be first? It's Kavanagh who went to ground. He should have got a free kick there. And it was well done there by Sam Jensen as he came in a la Lionel Messi and socketed along the ground. Real arm wrestle here for these first stanza of the third quarter, the all-important third quarter, as the wind has picked up really badly here at Ainslie Oval. Not sure which end it really favours. It seems to be blowing across the ground, but it's Fulford, hands into Jolliffe, the boy you like, Jacob Clark. Jolliffe out towards that of the run there, out towards Stevens. He had a quick snap at goal, but only as far as the behind post. He is everywhere, Kane Stevens today. Keeping his hands on the footy. He's got a few partners in crime, but bowls, he brings the ball back down towards Lawless, and that's a good mark there to Michael Lawless in front of Kieran Shea. Got a quick handball over to Highfield. Highfield with the left boot long down the line. Oh, it's a good grab there by Stone in front of Swan. He got a quick handball over to Kuzna, the run of Kuzna, looking for that of Bennett, and that was a good pass. He spotted him up in front of Ryan Quaid. He's too far out to score. He goes down as he kicks the footy out to the advantage, puts it over the back of Payne there. He's well defended by Cade Klemke. He wins the foot race for the footy, and it sees both of them over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary line throw in. Deep inside the Ainslie forward 50. 5 minutes gone, no change to the score. Queanbeyan 5-9-39. The Tricolours 3-8-26. In this important round 20 clash. If you've just joined us, of course, other winners from round 20, it's the Giants over the Students in the Chancellor's Cup. The Giants had a massive percentage boosting win. It'll take them to the second on the ladder. Of course, Southport beat Eastlake up at Southport there yesterday. Norm Dare's Southport Sharks got over by 50 points against the Demons, the Anthony Burke Demons. And the Hills Eagles got over Tuggeranong. And of course, the Swans were beaten by the Suns. So it's opening up a bit for the Giants in the NEAFL competition because they moved to second on the ladder. Of course, the Magpies, who sit alone at the top, they had a bye this week, but it's out to Barry, and he's a welcome addition. He's got his hands on the footy a fair bit today as Chris Barry out towards that of Cade Klemke. Nick Payne voiced his frustration there. Kick it to my advantage. He's out towards that of Irwin. Irwin over to Quaid. Quaid brings it long down the line now, over towards that of Liddell. How he's got free there, I don't know. Liddell out to the lead of Kavanagh, puts it in his bread basket. Thank you very much. Well done, Matt Liddell. He broke from the contest there and put it down to the strong lead of James Kavanagh. How's he going to go here? Have you liked what you saw from the number 5 for the Tigers?
Yeah, he's been good today. It's a slight breeze down that end, so he'll test him.
He knows this ground better than most, having spent a few seasons here at the Tricolours. He needs to push this to the left of the goalpost, and Matty's done it. And you watch it swing back naturally. Yes, it does. That's a goal to James Kavanagh. Thank you very much. As the Altula umpires confer, it wasn't touched on the line. That's a goal for mine. As he asks the boundary umpires to come in. No benefit of review here. Cameraman Barnes, what did you see there? We think it's a goal. The umpire says all clear, yes. He agrees with us up here. That's a good kick from James Kavanagh. So that's the first score of the quarter for the Tigers. They get the blood. As Cade Klemke gets a well-earned rest. He's a good player, is Cade Klemke. Some suggestions is where he'll be in 2014. Some interesting movements coming up the Tigers through the off-season. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers, 6-9-45. 19 points ahead of the Tricolours, 3-8-26. Back to the middle of the ground. Umpire bounces it down. Good bounce in the middle of the ground. Morris gets hands to the footy into the basket of Hurst. Hurst puts a little worm burner along the ground. He found touch with that one. Leading in the race is Jeremy Kirkwood out towards Quaid. He's looked good and solid in that back half down there. He puts a little dribble down towards the pacey Hurst. He took that over the boundary line, but I thought he kept the ball in there. But the boundary umpires thought differently. He's going to throw it in. I think it was Nick Holland that went to ground there. No, it was Costigan. Looking for a free kick. Irwin just grabs it out of the ground there, out of the ruck, and he puts it down towards that of Klemke. Out towards Lachlan Highfield. He got a bat. He batted that towards the other player. It wasn't on a handball. It was a bat. An open-handed handball from Lachlan Highfield. Going to about 25-30 metres. The umpire throws it in. Of course, the umpire being
Patrick Jackson.
Young Patrick Jackson from the Marist College. Keen AFL as Stevens, the 210s, and collared by Vandenberg. Unlucky not to get a free kick for a late tackle, I thought, there from Aaron Vandenberg. As he comes from a rest for the ground. Coach Rourke from the Tricolours, he's down on the ground trying to get some enthusiasm, generate some enthusiasm for the Tricolours. Something amiss here at the Tricolours. Have played with a bit without enthusiasm over the last week and this week. So like the Jekyll and Hyde of the competition. Here's Ellis. Ellis gets it around the corner. Goes high in the air, get under that one. Out to Jolliffe, now out to Crook, Lachlan Crook that is, out to Stone. Stone takes 2 or 3 of them on, only as far as Jeremy Kirkwood, who'd seen fit to peel off his man. His kick out there puts his teammate under pressure in Shea, but he was good enough to recover the speedy. Shea showed a good set of heels there. He's got some wheels as Shea. So Kieran Shea really showed some wheels there. He put the motor on out towards Hine. Hine in front of Swan. Centre wing here at Ainslie Oval, round 20. In towards the first gamer in McCowan. McCowan out there towards Highfield. Highfield on the left boot out towards Payne, who's been just come off the ground. He's now come on. He's going to get a free shot at goal as Nick Payne. What's he done with that one? Well done, Nick Payne. That's a great goal to Nick Payne. It brings the Tricolours a little bit closer. Still all the work to do as they just inch their way back into this contest. That was a good change there from the Ainslie coaching staff. Nick Payne just come on. They weren't aware of it, the Queanbeyan defenders. Got a break in the middle of the ground as Atkinson comes off for Klemke. Klemke got a spell for Payne and they just worked one on him. So that was a good change from the Tricolours coaching staff. Of course, the 1 and 3 battling it out there in the back in the 50 for Klemke. Obviously nominated Nick Payne as the danger man. Big Stones had a bit of an impact going forward. Eric Stone, they've missed his presence the last couple of weeks. He's had a wretched run with injury. Big Eric Stone. Goulet in the middle of the ground out towards that of Harris. He gets up high as Johnny Goulet. Here's the speedy Ellis. Ellis in the middle of the ground. Who's he gone down towards this time? It was punched away there by Swan in front of Lawless. And a good punch away there from Andrew Swan as he gets a congratulatory pat from Ryan Quaid. Well done. It was a good fist there from Andrew Swan. Boundary umpire right on the paint here at the 50 at Ainslie Oval. It's a tight game here and the wind has really picked up here in this round 20 clash. Kane Stevens, no look handball, that was a poor option. Just over the back of the head as Josh Bennett has gone down. He's got caught high. And the umpire says you've got to give it back to him, Lockie Crook, that is. So Bennett, cop one high. Hasn't kicked a goal today, Josh Bennett. He's been held goalless last week, this week. The leading goal kicker in the competition with 59 goals. Out towards that of Cade Klemke. He's just done him for pace in the back half. He's a smart footballer down there as Cade Klemke. He gets maximum distance on that kick. It's Bowles who led the foot race and he showed a bit of a candy there to Shea. He did another bit of foot candy. He found Hine in the middle of the ground. Hine with a quick handball over there. The chaser Fulford Hine just evades that of Jolliffe, but it was a great tackle there from Neil Irwin. He put him to the ground. Here's Kane Stevens, the number 10 for the Tigers. Out towards that of Kavanagh. Kavanagh doubled back Kuzner. He knew he worked him under the footy as James Kavanagh rolls one in and it's hit the padding on the upright for a minor score. That would have been a handy goal for the Tigers. James Kavanagh just turned Jack Kuzner around there. He didn't go for the footy. Did you see that one, Jacob?
I sure did. I think the better option there would have not to dribble the ball along the ground to go with the drop punt, but it didn't really pay off.
Yeah, it didn't pay off for him on that occasion, but there you have it. Of course, young Jacob Gunner joining us in the commentary box for this NEAFL Round 20 clash. An aspiring media student, an up-and-coming footballer with the Maris Football Club. Just played his first game back after some severe injury and some mid-season surgery, so it's great to see you back on the park. We'll see if we can get down and watch a couple of your games throughout the season. You've mentioned you're going to get into the finals, so we'll see how we go there. And it's put in there towards the direction of Jajura as the Queanbeyan defenders spoil themselves. Here's Bennett. Is he going to get his first goal? He got chucked off the footy out towards the sharpshooter and Nick Payne. He nearly broke the post with that kick. That was a hefty kick off the left foot and it made the post wobble. It's still shaking here at Ainslie Oval. Nick Payne, he is dead-eye. And that's a good kick out there from Klemke to heel slip. Heel slip, back inboard. Now it's down the line. It's a poor kick off the boot out towards Hurst. And that little speedy wheels of Jeremy Hurst. Hurst brings it back to the hot spot, puts it in there towards Jajura, and went without it. Was the 14 for the Tigers in Dave Smith. He went without that one. He probably should have taken it, and gives Lachlan Crook an opportunity to score a goal. Yes, it does. So that's a poor error there by Dave Smith. Lachlan Crook was the benefactor of that one. He kicked the goal on. So the Tricolours, they get their second for the quarter. It is now a 7-point ball game. Are they back in town? The Tricolours in the Premiership quarter. Time will tell. 15 minutes gone. It is 6:10:46 to 5:9:39. The Tigers need to get a couple of centre clearances. Ainslie making all the play. There's some structural and positional changes. They look to get a bit of run behind the footy, and it's paying dividends in this third quarter. It's Goulet in the middle of the green, out towards that of Jolliffe. Jolliffe jams it onto the left boot, and he gets it down towards that of Walker, but it was taken by the class of Hine. Hine with a quick give to Kuzner. Kuzner in the back half. He goes long down the line towards Ellis. Ellis back on the footy. The two 19s go at it, Ellis and Jolliffe, and it's a free kick to Sean Ellis. The speed of Sean Ellis worried Stephen Jolliffe there. Here we have Sean Ellis. He drives it into the middle of the ground looking for that of Lawless. It was punched away into the arms of Harris. Harris was front and centre. He got a helicopter in front of that one, punched away by Quaid in front of Bennett. Only as far as Luke Tajura sees the ball over the boundary line. Boundary line throw in. 15-minute mark of the third quarter. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers 6:10:46 to Ainslie 5:9:39. Round 20 of this North Eastern Football League clash, of course. You can keep up to date with all of the happenings NEAFL through Fiona Nelson in NEAFL TV, which comes out through the internet channel. You can keep up to date with all the tweets and everything NEAFL via the iPhone application and the Android application. Anything you want to know, of course, you can visit the club websites as well. They'll keep you dutifully up informed. Follow your favourite club through season 2013. Thrown in there, it's Big Irwin who got his mitt to it first in front of Goulet. Taken there by Harris. He was backslammed onto the ground there, but it's taken away by Sean Ellis. He's been industrious in this third quarter as Sean Ellis. He puts it to the boundary line, and it's going to bounce inside the paint for a boundary line throw in 20 metres from the Ainslie goal. Here's an opportunity at the stoppage. If they're good enough, the Tricolours will make it even Steven, 6 goals apiece. And it's taken away there by Ellis again, and he was caught high. So Sean Ellis is going to get a free kick. The boy from Baruga via Tuggeranong, former Tuggeranong product, shipped out of Baruga for 2013. Sean Ellis, the goal sneak, the 19. He's going to make that no trouble. There is Shauna. Here come the Tricolours. They kick their 6th. So it is 1-point ball game here at Ainslie Oval for this round 20 clash as they inch their way back to the Tigers. They're showing a bit of spirit and a bit of character, the Tricolours. They looked a little bit dispirited in that first half, didn't they, young Jacob?
They sure did. What I've noticed in the third quarter is Ainslie have really lifted their forward pressure, and Queanbeyan haven't been able to handle it at the moment.
There you have it. Creating opportunities, scoring opportunities. It's their forward pressure. Bounce in the middle of the ground. The two big men go at it. It is Irwin to do battle with Morris. Out towards that of Curlin to Jolliffe. Jolliffe up and under. Out towards that of Walker and Barry. Good grab there by Bo Walker. As Kane Stevens sprints from the ground, Walker's a little bit unsure of what to do with it. He goes towards the ever-reliable Kavanagh. Why wouldn't you? Kavanagh in towards that of Klemke. He's not good enough on this occasion as Sean Ellis chopped it off. He's having a good third quarter as Sean Ellis. Out there towards Kuzma, who's seen Vandenberg unattended. Vandenberg towards that of Stone. Stone dropped what he should have taken. Only as far as Will Griggs. He's handed the ball back to the diminutive Will Griggs, who's found unattended the number 34 in Thompson. Jared Thompson, the 16-year-old, the Queanbeyan Tigers. There is hope for you. Have a look at the kick on this kid for 16 years of age. He has got a leg on him. Young Jared Thompson comes in. No worries at all. It's cool as a cucumber. Jared Thompson, take a bow, son. puts that through to extend the Tigers' lead here at Ainslie Oval. It is the Tigers 7:10:52 playing the tricolours 6:9:45. That was clever play there by the Tigers. Young Thompson, he just didn't panic and he had no hesitation in putting that one through. Back to the middle of the ground. They keep their head above water, the Tigers. They're holding on. They're at backs to the wall club. The Queanbeyan Tigers. Bounce in the middle of the ground. It's Big Curlin to do battle with Morris. Only as far as Vandenberg. Vandenberg gets the clearance out of the middle of the ground. Out to Lachlan Crook. Crook quickly onto the boot towards that of Hurst. Hurst marks in front of Atkinson. He gave him too much room on that occasion. Young Jeremy Hurst. A nice set of speed over the first 5 or 6 metres does Jeremy Hurst. Hurst in towards Ellis. It was too big for him, but it went to Jajura. Ooh, put him under pressure, and that's a great tackle there from Will Griggs. Out to the magnet in Conroy. Conroy down the centre of the wing, looking there for Jolliffe. He went to ground, but he was quick enough to get like a cat up off his feet there. Quickly over to Lawless, who was very clever in that situation. Out towards Highfield. Highfield over to Kuzner in the back half as they switch play. Kuzner with a quick handful over there to Nick Hine. He was pursued by Fulford. Out towards Morris and Curlin. That'll be a free kick for a Shepherd. Nathan Curlin. Big Morris. The umpire says he got interfered with. So Morris out to the runner Hine. That was poor defensive pressure there from young Fulford. He'll learn from that one when you watch it back on the video. Out towards Quaid. Quaid hacks it out of the air. Pushed in the back there, but the umpire says Nick Payne, you've got a mark there. So very clever to Nick Payne. He's lining up right on 50. He'll kick this Nick Payne. The distance won't worry Nick Payne. It's just a question of accuracy as we ride this home. He swings it out. The distance has worried him on this occasion. He'll look for that extra little bit of distance as Sean Ellis gets a much deserved rest. He's worked here overtime here in this third quarter as they bring it back out through the speedy Atkinson with a run and bounce. That's his third bounce. Atkinson, he gets some protection there from Curlin, from chase from Jajura. Out there towards that of Jolliffe. He goes to ground again. You've got to keep your feet, Stevie. Out there is towards Crook, and on the ground there was Shea. But it's going to beat them all over the boundary line because the Tigers holding on here. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers 7:10:52 to 6:10:46. So it's a 6 points a goal the difference here. And here's Kavanagh, but Tui was good enough on this occasion. He batted it back to Bowles. He dropped the mark. But there's 3 or 4 Ainslie defenders. It's out there towards Kirkwood. Kirkwood with a quick snap at goal, only as far as the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full from Jeremy Kirkwood. I think that surprises Jeremy Kirkwood. He doesn't get too many opportunities to kick a goal as young Jeremy Kirkwood. Caught him by surprise. It'll be a free kick to the tricolours in the back half. Damien Bowles walks back through the picket fence here at Ainslie Oval. He brings it long down the line, out there towards that of it's only as far as Bo Walker. Walker gets it onto the right boot, jams it inside the forward 50, looking there for Kirkwood again, out towards the magnet in Stevens. Can he keep him afloat? Kane Stevens, you're a star. Take a bow. The number 10 for the Queanbeyan Tigers. The best player in the grand final in 2012, Kane Stevens, slots his third for the afternoon. Close to the best on the ground here at Ainslie Oval. He just stands up and puts his hand up whenever it's required. He's a leader. He's a star. What do you make of him, young Jacob?
Oh, he's an absolute superstar, I think. He had time with GWS last year. I watched him a few times in their reserve team, and he's really come of age, I think.
Absolutely. There you have it. The Alex Jezelenko medalist, best player of a field in the grand final, adjudged in 2012. He was like Superman out there last year. He was tremendous, Kane Stevens, and he's shown his class out there today with 3 goals. Of course, played in the NEAFL under-20s program, the NEAFL representative side. Led to believe he may not be at the Tigers in 2014. The umpire says, I'll have it back. I know they'll move heaven and earth to keep him. Of course, a local product, his father, George Stevens. A couple of 100 games for the Tigers. But we're in an ever-changing football environment. It's out the other magnet in Conroy. Conroy as far as Jolliffe. Jolliffe gets it down there towards Curlin. That's Damien Curlin. And Little Hurst, he fights for the footy. He's taken off the ball there by Stevens illegally. And tackled without the footy as Liddell hands the ball back to the speedy Jeremy Hurst. Out there towards Lachlan Highfield. Highfield out there towards Ash Harris. He did well there. He ran Jolliffe under the footy, looking for the leader, Bennett. Well defended there by Ryan Quaid. You can't get too many opportunities on him. Out towards Stone. Stone in towards Vandenberg. Vandenberg that was a good kick to the advantage of Marcus Crook. In front of Jared Atkinson. That was a good kick by Aaron Vandenberg. As Stephen Jolliffe comes from the ground. Fell awkwardly in that marking contest. As they ring in the changes. As we ride this home with Marcus Crook. Be a handy goal. 27-28 minutes gone. Can't be too long left in the quarter. It is Marcus Crook. He loves that off the bird. He fist pumps his teammates. Marcus Crook. That was a great kick from Aaron Vandenberg. So the Tricolours hanging on here. 4-point ball game. It is the Tigers. 8-10-58. 7-10-52. In a seesawing contest for this round 20 clash. Of course, the Tigers needing to win to keep their slim finals of hopes alive in 2013. The Tricolours jockeying for ladder positions. They can finish pretty high up on the ladder if they get a win today. They've got a good percentage. The Tricolours, 108. It's that better than Eastlake, so there's a good 14% in that. It's out in the middle of the ground. Vandenberg is having an impact in this third quarter out towards Goulet. Goulet just hacks the ball forward towards that of Quaid and Bennett. Bennett was the first to recover. He got a quick handball over there towards that of Barry. Barry paddles the ball in front of him. He's tackled by Ryan Quaid. What's the umpire going to do here? It should be holding the ball. He's taken eternity. Yes, he has delivered a decision holding the ball. He gave him a long time there, young Jacob, didn't he? And it's taken away there by Quaid out towards Jensen. The Terrier Jensen, Sam Jensen. Jensen out towards his little mate in Fulford. Yeah, a real little mosquito squad, the Queanbeyan Tigers. Renaming the Queanbeyan Mosquitoes. That's a poor kick there from Fulford into the arms of Kuzner. Just drops into the right spots does Jack Kuzner. Kuzner centres the ball in towards that of Bennett. Out towards Jajuri. He'll snap it around the body. Gets it over there towards that of Marcus Barry. It's Barry out there who just clears them. I think they've hit the front, the Tricolours. You betcha. There's a lot of cheering and clapping going on around us. The Tricolours hit the front for the first time today. And late in this third quarter, it is 8-10. 58. It is even Stevens. 8-10-58 to Queanbeyan Tigers. 8-10-58. I thought they were a point up. But the scoreboard is telling me it is even Stevens here at Ainslie Oval. We are set for a cracking last quarter. Good goal there to Barry. He just launched it over the head. Chris Barry, I thought they missed his run over the last month or so whilst he's been on a leave of absence. It's in the middle of the ground. Goulet, he gets up high only towards that of Jensen. Jensen tries to bat it back to his mate in Griggs. And it's up to the small fellas from Queanbeyan to get in there. Griggs, he gets the hands free. Only as far as Marcus Crook has worked hard and tirelessly in this third quarter. He's a star, Marcus Crook, out there towards that of Atkinson. He tried to push Nick Payne off the footy. Nick Payne, what's he done with that? He sprayed it across the face. Now they take the lead, the Tricolours, for the first time today. It is the Queanbeyan Tigers trailing the Tricolours by a solitary point. 8-11-59, Ainslie. Queanbeyan 8-10-58, 1 point in it. Got up high there was, I think it was Ben Klemke out there. Can't quite pick it up out there. Anyway, it's a free kick to the Tricolours as they pepper the goals through Marcus Crook. crook out there towards Nick Hine, who's gone forward. Some good moves here in this third quarter. Hine goes in towards that of Vandenberg. Vandenberg 45 out on a tough angle here. Wind howling across the ground. As we ride it home with Aaron Vandenberg, distance won't be a problem. It's the question of accuracy for Aaron Vandenberg. He's played a major role in this third quarter as he gets under the footy looking for distance. He puts an up and under over that one. It goes as far as the behind post. No, it's gone out. Yep, no, it's gone for a behind. So they edge 2 points in front now, the Tricolours, as Toby Conroy brings the ball back in. He goes there towards the safety of the coach in Klemke. Klemke gives a bit of candy to Bennett as they come through the middle of the ground, out towards Little. He dropped what he should have taken. Lucky Fulford was there. It was only there as the last goal scorer in Barry. Barry tries to take the heat off the footy. He now swings it across the ground towards the hard-working Aaron Vandenberg. Vandenberg goes back in front of Shea, Tui, in front of Fulford. Really got to start applying some forward pressure, the Queanbeyan Tigers. Out towards that of Tui. Tui to the first gamer in McGowan, showed composure. Handball back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg in the middle of the ground, that was good vision. And there goes the siren. It beats Jed Costigan as he tries to do a big barrel. It is the Tricolours, 8-12-60, leading Queanbeyan Tigers, 8-10-58. A great quarter there from the Tricolours. What did you make of that one, Jacob?
Oh, it was a great quarter, great premiership quarter as they call it, and I'm looking forward to the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter with all the work for the Queanbeyan Tigers. The wind picked up in that quarter, so it is neck and neck. It's on a knife's edge here. It is the Tricolours, 8-12-60, 8-10-58. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to NEAFL.com.au for the last quarter here at Ainslie Oval of this round 20 clash. Welcome back to this round 20 clash. The Tricolours in front here at the Ainslie Oval in this home game for the Tricolours. They're needing to win, of course, to keep the ladder positions alive. In 2013, the Tigers also needing to win, but it's a good fast start to Aaron Vandenberg out of the middle of the ground. Can he put first points on the board? Yes, he does, but only of the minor variety as they take a 3-point lead. The Tigers needing to keep their season hopes alive. They must win today, the Queanbeyan Tigers, if they have any chance of playing finals in 2013. And it's Klemke who brings the ball long down towards the jet. The 2 10s go at it, Aaron Vandenberg and Stevens. It is over there towards Highfield. Highfield got caught with the footy by the tackling Dynamo in Jensen. Out towards that of Jolliffe. On the ground is Griggs. It's held to Ash Harris there. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Which way do you see it falling, young Jacob Gaynor? Of course, on work experience from the Morris Football Club. Which way do you see it going for the last quarter, Jacob?
I think Ainslie have all the momentum at the moment, but if Queanbeyan want to come back, they really need Kane Stevens to keep his spectacular form up. And but if Ainslie can shut down him, I'm sure they should get the win.
There you have it. Words of wisdom from the Marist under-17 product, Jacob Gaynor. It is on cue, Kane Stevens with a free kick. Here he goes. This is the first of many. You called it. Kane Stevens puts it down to the throat of Irwin. Irwin just in front of Morris to the ball magnet in Conroy. One bounce. Can he have a shot at goal? He knows where the goals are here at Ainslie Oval. Toby Conroy, he's wasted that opportunity. That's his second behind for the day, Conroy. He's got one goal too. So it's brought in. That's a long kick. It's long down the line there towards Hine. He's been influential in the outcome for the Tricolours in most of their victories throughout season 2013. He's over to the runner Tui. Tui spots up Nick Payne with a good hit. Nick Payne is too far out to score on this occasion. He crosses it across to Vandenberg. Vandenberg in front of Stevens. The two young guns of the competition, the two bulls. Now it's in the arms of Lawless. Michael Lawless. How will he go? Right on the paint at 50. He backs himself. Had a wretched run with injury as Michael Lawless. throughout 2013. The number 7 as we ride this home. Played with a lot of spirit in that third quarter, the tricolours. Lawless gets under that one. He likes it off the boot. The umpire said touched on the line. Amongst some raised eyebrows in the crowd. As Atkinson brings the ball back in, we'll have to look at that one on the video again. Atkinson going 65, 70 metres, goes out to Jolliffe direction. Jolliffe in turn goes to ground again. And it is going to be holding the ball. You betcha, the umpire crouched down early. So Stephen Jolliffe, you must keep your feet, my friend. And that's a good tackle out there by Lawless. And that's the Ian Lawless of the skipper variety. Lawless brings it in towards that of Jajura. Jajura goes to ground only as far as Irwin. He was dispossessed by Jajura as they fight for the ball. And guess who comes up with the big 20 for the tricolours? Out there towards Jajura again. He got slung to the ground. That was it. Correct disposal. The umpire has paid a free kick. Well, this might be a square upper. I don't know how he picked that one. But anyway, it's a free kick to big Eric Stone, the number 26. A welcome addition back to the ranks of the tricolours. He's missed a couple of weeks with injury. There's Big Stone directly in front, 35 out. Free kick against Mitch Hillslip. Could this be Queanbeyan's season slipping away through the hands of big Eric Stone as he drives it home? Does he like it, Stone? No, he doesn't. He guided that one home with the neck. So it's only a minor behind, so he keeps Queanbeyan's season alive. As Atkinson brings the ball in, they're going to have to kick a couple of back goals, the Tigers, if there remain any hope here in this round 20 clash. It's out towards Ben Klemke, who tried to rise above the pack there. It was Vandenberg, he got swung to the ground. That's incorrect disposal. It's out there towards that of the number 14 and Dave Smith. He worked his way through that one there, and it's out towards that of Cork. He was met solidly by the terrier in Jensen. Sammy Jensen, the number 20 for the Tigers. Keep your eye on him in future years. He goes ball and all to Sam Jensen, making his representative debut in season 2013. He's thrown his body at it. He's put his body on the line today. It's out towards Walker. Walker towards that of Stevens. Comes up with the footy. Kane Stevens, the 10 for the Tigers. He has a run and bounce in front of Crook. He tries to do it single-handedly, does Kane Stevens. Is it going to roll over the boundary line? Yes, it does. That's a good result for the Tigers. Just beat Rob Toohey over the boundary line. He's rebounded from last week's shocker, Rob Toohey. His 101st game was not a memorable one. Of course, the tricolours were soundly beaten by the Magpies out there at Kippax Oval. And it's out there towards Jolliffe, who got a quick give out there towards Conroy. Can he make amends for the first one? You betcha! Toby Conroy keeps the Tigers alive in 2013. Toby Conroy, the ball magnet, he's had it about 50 times today. He racks up getting possessions, the long sleeve number 4. Toby Conroy, he gets his second. He gets the Tigers' 9th. And it is a 2-point ball game. 5 minutes into the final quarter here at Ainslie Oval. Which way is the footy going to bounce here? Is it the footy gods here with the Tigers today, or are they with the tricolours? It'll be a battle of the midfield supremacy. It is Goulet to do battle with Big Irwin. 2-point ball game. It is Irwin who gets hands to the footy out towards Ash Harris. The ever-reliable Ash Harris out towards Goulet, who was smothered off the boot. And it was only as far as Hurst. He was dragged to the ground by Jolliffe. There's a bad sign out there. Keep your eye on Toby Conroy, the number 4. He's just gone down. He gets up a little bit gingerly. He looks like he might be okay. Toby Conroy, they can't afford him to go down. He's going to be one of their match winners. Out there towards that of Vandenberg, another match winner for the tricolours. Out to Goulet, he got a quick, was punched away there by Kirkwood it was, sorry. Out towards Stone. Stone sees Bennett, who snuck out the back door. Bennett got tackled. He held onto the ball a little bit long, only as far as Crook. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce onto the boot of Luke Jajura, who has done a Wayne Rooney and kicked it through the air. Luke Jajura brings up up his first for the afternoon. It was going to take something special. It was going to take something out of the box. And Luke Jajura has provided that moment as the Tricolours wrest back the lead here by 4 points here at Ainslie Oval in this round 20 clash. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Brought to you through NEAFL.com.au. It is the Tricolours just inching away through Luke Jajura in this all-important clash here at Ainslie Oval, round 20. In case you've just joined us, other winners: Giants over the Uni, Southport over the Eastlake Demons, Suns over the Swans, and of course the Hills Eagles over the Tuggeranong Hawks. So it gives the Tigers a fighting chance to grab that all-important 5th position on the ladder, the defending premiers. And it's out there towards Will Griggs. He won't stop trying his Will Griggs. He gets it on the boot, Griggs. He's had a look up there and he's seen that unattended was Shea. Shea got a quick handball back towards that of Jansen. The Mosquito fleet. Here they go again out to little Fulford. Fulford goes for 2 bounces inside the forward 50. How's Benny Fulford going to respond? You betcha, Benny Fulford. You've been great all day, the number 46. That's why you were the rising star for round 19. Ben Fulford, he gets his first for the afternoon. Well done to Ben Fulford. He took the game on and he puts the Tigers back in front here at Ainslie Oval as the Tricolours look to stop momentum for the Queanbeyan Tigers. They ring in the changes. The Smalls come back on, Ellis and Crook, as the coaches are barking instructions from the boundary line. It is the Tigers by 2, 10-11, 71, 9-15, 69 to the Tricolours. Anyone's ball game. It is a seesawing arm wrestle here at Ainslie Oval. Vast in beautiful sunshine. Wind howling. It's out by Jensen, who got a quick clearance out in the middle of the ground to the last goal scorer. Low centre of gravity was Fulford. He puts it down there towards Will Griggs. Which way is it going to bounce? It bounces the wrong way. Only through for a behind, but that could be an important behind as they inch further ahead. 3 points the margin now as Bo Walker, he just had to corral Tui. Tui has a run and bounce. He comes long down the line is Tui. Tui over there towards Goulet. Goulet in front of heel slip. John Goulet puts the ball over there towards Sean Ellis, the run of Ellis. Ellis goes to ground, traps the ball in, was like a little cat on a hot tin roof, but he turned it over there towards Kieran Shea. The 16, the speedy Kieran Shea to the run of Jeremy Kirkwood. He took a run on there. Jeremy Kirkwood out there towards the lead of Kavanagh, who had too much heat on it. Did Jeremy Kirkwood now put Kavanagh under pressure as the Ainslie defence has to be resolute now. It's out to Fulford. He's been diminutive as Ben Fulford out towards Kavanagh. He got wrapped up there. It's out there towards that of Barry. It was a quick clearance away there from Kuzna. Kuzna down towards Ash Harris, but it beats Jensen and Harris over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary line throw in. Dead set centre wing here at Ainslie Oval. This is one of the clashes that's much anticipated. Of course, the arch rivals for many a year. They've shared some famous victories and losses together. They're 2 powerhouse clubs of the local AFL scene here in Canberra, and that's just Conroy racking up his 61st possession for the afternoon. Toby Conroy, I hope you've learned something from him today. Young Jacob Gaynor joining me in the commentary box. Work experience from the Maris Football Club. Wish you all the best for your season. Hope you can figure deeply in the finals. I wish you all the best for your injury, but that's a great tackle there by Jensen on Crook. Umpire says play on, got it away. It's out towards Vandenberg. Vandenberg gets a quick handball back towards that of Crook. Crook down towards Bennett. He's been well held by Quaid. It's not often you see the leading goal kicker in the competition held goalless 2 weeks in a row. Still 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go for Josh Bennett to register a goal. He's stuck on 59. Maybe that's the devil's number for Josh Bennett, 59. Out there, now it's just Jensen again. He's giving a whale of an effort out there, and it's out to Harris. He's dodged 4 or 5 Queanbeyan would-be tacklers. Down there towards Big Kane. Morris was punched away by heel slip, and he's caught the player high in Josh Bennett, so he may get a goal. Josh Bennett, There's a crude tackle there from Mitch Heelslip. Tough pocket to kick a goal from. But I'll tell you, if anyone can kick a goal, it's Josh Bennett. And he's proven it 59 occasions this season. And he backs himself from that corner, Josh Bennett. He's been held goalless today by Ryan Quaid. Great effort. We'll soon see if he likes it off the boot. Josh Bennett, tough gig. He likes it, you betcha he likes it. It's hit the post. He liked it off the boot, but it just swung late. And he has missed it. So Josh Bennett gets his first score for the afternoon with a minor. It is a 2-point ball game. Ooh, that was a pressure kick. Shea dropped it, but he was good enough to recover. Out there towards Quaid. Quaid just takes the heat in front of Annenberg. Ryan Quaid just settling the play down. He goes long down the line towards that of Liddell. Liddell now up there, hits up Fulford. Hard-working Ben Fulford, the number 46 for the Queanbeyan Tigers. He's a real find for the Queanbeyan Tigers going forward. Out there towards Liddell. Out there again to Fulford. Fulford was tackled without the footy. And it's only as far as Bowles. Bowles got a quick handball over towards Tui. Tui in the middle of the ground, but he's found the Queanbeyan defender in Shea. It must have been touched off the boot, but it gets turned over there towards Bennett, and it's a free kick for incorrect disposal out towards Vandenberg. Vandenberg comes out towards Payne. Payne in front of Klemke. It was a good lead up the ground there by Nick Payne. Payne will come across inboard towards Ash Harris. Harris marks in front of that of Curlin, and that's Damien Curlin. Harris too far out to score, needs a big grab, needs Big Morris to get up there. Out there towards Atkinson, that's a free kick mark, whatever you like. So it is Jared Atkinson, ball in hand. He takes it across there towards the coach in Klemke. As Vandenberg gets a well-earned rest, he swaps with the captain in Lawless. Down the line was Klemke, and there's a free kick to Quaid. Caught him high. Bennett, he's had a dirty day as Joshua Bennett. And goes inboard there towards Thompson. It is, no, it's Will Griggs. Another one of them fleet-footed mosquito fleet for the Queanbeyan Tigers. All about your size, young Jacob Gaynor. So it's out towards Will Griggs. Griggs drives the ball down in the Kavanagh direction, and he puts the big jukes up. Kavanagh, the umpire says play on. It was touched from behind. He says, I'll have it. What are you thinking, Jacob? Which way is it going to roll?
Oh, that's hard to say.
Make it a prediction. You can't sit on the fence.
I'll tip Queanbeyan.
He's gone the Tigers. You think they've been the better side all day, do you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think they've been the more consistent side.
More consistent side, well said. There you have it. The Tigers are more polished four-quarter performance if they get over the line today. Of course, the Tricolours fought back in that third quarter with 5 goals. So a premiership quarter for the Tricolours. That'll win it. They look confident down on the boundary line, the Tigers. They would back themselves in this situation. It is centre wing, Goulet, Harris, out towards Kirkwood, only as far as Lawless. Out towards that of Atkinson. Atkinson and Smith. It is Klemke. Keeps his feet in the contest, cool in a crisis. Out there towards Dave Smith, out towards Atkinson. Atkinson goes long down the middle of the ground, looking for that of Klemke. Puts the one arm up. Well done, Ben Klemke. He took a courageous mark there in front of Kuzna. Out there towards Kavanagh, he got front and centre, he couldn't mark it. It was towed away there by Bowles, only as far as Jeremy Kirkwood. Kirkwood now gets a handball over towards that of Kavanagh. Kavanagh off one step, says play on, play on, play on. Stevens was down in the goal square, couldn't pull off the miracle, and it only is through for a behind, but a handy behind nonetheless. As it's brought back in through the middle of the ground, Ellis has just gone unattended as they just go 6s and 7s. That's a poor handball there by Sean Ellis, but he was good enough to get out of it. Was the first gamer in McGowan. McGowan goes down there towards that of Quaid. He was sandwiched by Goulet, sandwiched by Josh Bennett, and he's going to get a free kick, is Ryan Quaid. He's been impassable down there in the back 50. Ryan Quaid has done an outstanding job on the leading goal kicker in the competition. Real captain's knock for Ryan Quaid. Out towards Irwin. 20-minute mark approaching. 3-point ball games, the Tigers. Long down the line goes Irwin. Irwin, good grab there. Was taken there by Klemke again. goes off one step. That's a poor kick at this stage of the game, but the speedy Shea, ball in hand, he gets it inside the forward 50 there towards Kavanagh. He lets Fulford and Kavanagh. It was a good tackle applied there from Fulford, but Tui was good enough to respond. Long down the line towards Curlin again. He takes it in front of that of Goulet. Kuzna's towed it in front. He's got to bend down and pick it up now as Jack Kuzna sidestep Toby Conroy in towards that of, here comes Jajura in front of heel slip. It's taken away by Cade Klimke as he went to ground. Luke Jajura. Cade Klimke, he's been tremendous in the back half. In towards number 40 in Jeremy Hurst. The diminutive Jeremy Hurst for the Tricolours. Been one of their better performers on the park out here today. This round 20 clash, a vital round 20 clash. Keeping their season hopes alive if they win today, the Tigers, the defending premiers from 2012. Who could forget it? They basked in glory last year after defeating the Swans. Are they going to miss out in 2013? What a fall from grace that'd be. Of course, they've been besieged and beset by injury. But a very proud club of the Queanbeyan Tigers up against another proud club in the Ainslie Tricolours. Out towards Goulet. Goulet long down the line towards Ellis. Ellis, the speedy Sean Ellis, he brings it in towards the middle of the ground, and the Queanbeyan defenders swarm on that only as far as the classy Crook gets it around his body in front of Jolliffe. He went without it out towards the captain in Lawless. He butters it up now, Jolliffe, out towards Jeremy Kirkwood, out towards the youngster in Thompson. Thompson brings it long down the line towards Sam Jensen in front of Lachlan Crook. Well done, Sammy Jensen. The number 20 for the Queanbeyan Tigers. They got a real mosquito fleet, the Tigers. Out towards Jensen, he goes long down the line. He's followed it up as Thompson. He gets it in front of Jed Koskin. He goes to ground as Thompson, only as far as Kuzna. Kuzna does a little bit of a goose step in front of Curlin, brings it in towards Lockie. Crook. Oh, that was a good effort there from Jeremy Kirkwood. Was it Kirkwood? No, it wasn't. It was the terrier in Jensen, the number 20. I think he's knocked himself out there. He threw himself like a little human missile, Sam Jensen, at that contest, and he gets a pat from his mate, James Kavanagh. Well done. That was a superhuman effort there from Sam Jensen. He has put his body on the line out there today. It's out towards Ellis. He was dispossessed. That was a great tackle there from Toby Conroy. It's in the arms there of Klemke. Klemke goes down there towards Liddell, but it's the ever-reliable Nick Hine. Hine in the back half now goes towards the runner Barry. He's been important for the Tricolours, his run today. It is Chris Barry. He goes to ground in front of the Rising Star in Fulford. Rising Star, he's been hot today. Out towards Liddell as they see it over the boundary line. Which way is it going to go? 25-minute mark. It is 3 points the difference. 9-16-70 to the Tricolours. The Queanbeyan Tigers 10-13-73. I'm Brett Davis. Joining me in the commentary box is Jacob Gaynor. How's it going? Is he still going to go with the Tigers?
Yep, I'm confident.
You're confident? What makes you so confident about the Tigers?
I think they've got nothing to
nothing to lose, everything to play for.
Yeah.
There you go. There's no pressure out there, really. What may become of it? Champs to chumps, they could be. Here is a throw-in, dead set centre wing, as the wind continues to swirl around. It's out towards Liddell. He got a poor handball out towards Ellis. He ducked. Umpire says play on. Barry, back to Goulet. Out to Vandenberg. Vandenberg toes the ball out towards that. It was a wicked bounce there by beat all parties, and it did a little pirouette the ball on its own as the Queanbeyan Tigers throw themselves in it. That should have been a free kick for dropping the ball. That was incorrect disposal there. And the umpire says, I'll have it. I thought there was only two ways to get rid of the footy. That was either by foot or by hand, not dropping it. But anyway, nonetheless, it's a throw up. Right on the edge of the centre square, 70 metres from the Ainslie goal. Aaron Vandenberg got a quick toe to that one, only as far as the boundary line. 22 minutes gone. It is the Tigers by 3 points. Is it going to be heartbreak or heartache in season 2013? Of course, both clubs have suffered heavily through injury in their campaign towards premiership glory in 2013. As young Fulford gets a well-earned rest, he's worked his little heart out. Ben Fulford. is Aaron Vandenberg, who is not looking well out there. Must have caught one high after the getting rid of the football. He's gone to the... they've taken him off the other side of the ground. I'm not sure about the ruling there, if he can come back on, if he's gone... No, he can't. He's done for the day. He's Aaron Vandenberg. So, a bit of concern there for Vandenberg, because he's one of their key players. As Klemke rolls into the tackle, that was a crude attempt there, and he turns the ball over to Kuzna. Kuzna has found Jajura on his own. Luke Jajura, who's he found? Nick Payne, you betcha. Nick Payne, oh, that's a great effort there by Cade Klemke. Klemke out towards the run of Kirkwood. Cade Klemke, you've been tremendous all day. Dropped what he should have taken there was Barry. Threw his body over it was Klemke. They just go at it at 6s and 7s, both sides. That should have been a free kick out there. The umpire said play on, as now players out on their feet, dropping like flies. There is some real intensity out there. That was a fantastic effort there by Nick Payne and Cade Klemke. Take a bow. High quality contest here at Ainslie Oval for this round 20 clash. Northeastern Football League Conference. Who says footy doesn't mean anything? Both of these sides having a red-hot crack. And there's a free kick for a ruck infringement against Irwin. Out to Goulet. Goulet puts it high. Out towards Jajura in front of heel slip. I like that matchup if I was Jajura. Jajura punched away by Quaid. And what have we got there? We've got a little bit of a standstill there as no other player is able to get it. It is Shea and the captain Lawless and Bennett diving in over the ball. Neither side really wanting to make a mistake here, as the umpire picked a free kick out of that one against Irwin. I thought Goulet's spring has probably done a little bit to off-put Irwin. It's out towards that of Harris, out towards the ball magnet, the ever-reliable Toby Conroy, out towards Bo Walker. Walker puts it in the direction of Klemke. Klemke goes to ground, only as far as Shea. Shea gets a quick handball away over towards Conroy. Stands calm under pressure, just Toby Conroy out towards his mate and Kavanagh. The number 4 and 5 combining well. He toes it up the line to James Kavanagh. What's the umpire going to do? He's going to say throw it in. So that's a handy out of bounds for the Tigers. 3 points. Can't be long left. We've had 26, 27 minute quarters, 25 gone here at Ainslie Oval. Not sure how long to go. Is it going to be keeping their season alive, the Tigers? They are the best backs to the wall side in the competition. It's out towards Kane Stevens. The Tigers, they look to bring the speed machines in Jolliffe and Fulford back on the ground. A little bit more run in the legs. I bet Michael Geuser would like to swap a new set of legs for one of the youngsters out there. He looks a little bit worn out today. There's big Geuser. It's great to see him back out on the field out there, and it's out there towards that of the McCowan. He's looked good out there. He's looked composed in his first senior game of footy. There's a big barrel from Crook. He gained some metres with that one. It's out towards Jajura, and it was out there towards Liddell as well. And which way's it going to go? The umpire says Will Griggs and Jajura. I know who won't give up, and that's Will Griggs. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. Can't be long to go. 3 points in it. Ainslie Tricolours, 9-16-70 to the Queanbeyan Tigers, 10-13-73. I wonder how many fingernails are left in the Queanbeyan coach's box. It is keeping their season alive in 2013. Slim finals hope, and it may roll their way, you never know. You've just got to get there because it's a different game come finals, as we've all witnessed in the past. And it's a stoppage there. This will suit Queanbeyan as Jolliffe goes onto the ground for Thompson. He's young Jared Thompson. This play on, it's out towards Ellis. He got a quick handball over there to the run of Hurst. Hurst hacks the ball through the air. Which way is it going to go? It was heel slip. Luke Jajura can make a name for himself if he already hasn't got one. He will go from villain to hero. Luke Jajura. Wowee. Siren will go any second. Are we going to witness it? Luke Jajura. He's kicked one. He's missed 2 or 3. There's strong wind here at Ainslie Oval as Luke Jajura comes in. He likes it off the boot, does Luke Jajura, you betcha! He puts the arms in the air. Oh my goodness, it is the Ainslie Tricolours taking the lead right here as they get to push the numbers back. Luchadura. They must get this clearance. There can't be long to go. It is by 3 points. There is some heartbreak for the Tigers. Oh my goodness. Luchadura. Hero to villain in the space of 80 minutes. My goodness. Back to the middle of the ground here. Round 20 Northeastern Football League as everyone's barking instructions out here. Can't be long left on the clock. The umpire bounces the ball down. It is Irwin doing battle with Morris. It's out towards Griggs. He got tackled without the footy as they push the ball forward. It's out towards Hurst. He gets gang tackled by the Queanbeyan players. The umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. This will suit the tricolours down to the ground. As I hear, there mustn't be far away the tick of the siren. It's out there towards that of Klemke. Ben Klemke just tries to ride the tackle, only as far as the Sam Jensen. He's put his body on the line today as Sam Jensen. The umpire says, I'll have it, thanks very much. These stoppages are suiting the tricolours as the runners run out there to take the messages. It's Dale Walker for the tricolours and Michael Geuser for the Queanbeyan Tigers. It's out there towards the coach and Klemke. He's just got to take the game on. And who's he found out there? He's found... It's Shea, the speedy Shea. Shea has a shot outside the forward 50. There's no one home for the Tigers, only as far as the point post. No, it's gone out of bounds on the full, has it? The umpire says, I thought he dropped it over the line. Anyway, there's confusion here at Ainslie Oval. No, he's paid a mark. So it is Rob Toohey with the ball in hand. As he brings it long down the line, he gets plenty of distance on that. He gets 55, 60 metres. Who's at the back of it? It's out there towards that of Shea. Shea got it, was out to Kirkwood. And who gets it now? I think it's out there towards that of Hine, is it? Ball in the hand of Nick Hine as he takes some heat out of the game. No, it was Jed Costigan. Costigan. It's going to suit the tricolours. It's out towards Jensen. Jensen takes them on now. And there's the siren as there's a great victory dance up here for the tricolours. They get over the line. 10-16-76 to the Queanbeyan Tigers. 10-13-73 as the reigning premiers will not play finals in 2013 in what's been an epic contest here at Ainslie Oval for this round 20. The last game of round 20. What a gripping contest, Jacob. How did you enjoy that, my friend?
Oh, that was fantastic.
And your prediction of the Queanbeyan Tigers, they were the better side for majority of the day. Just a critical execution of skill. It was Luke Chajura who stood up, kicked the goal to put them in front. 10-16-76. Queanbeyan Tigers not without a fight. Hold your heads high. 10-13-73. They've unearthed some real talent through 2013, some real youngsters, plenty to play for, plenty to look forward to, but it is the tricolours holding their heads high in victory in this round 20 Northeastern Football League clash. Jacob Gaynor, it's been a pleasure having you. Thanks very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned heaps. Good luck for the finals in 2013, and we wish you all the best, mate. We might see you on neafl.com.au in the finals. Would you like to do that?
Love to.
Excellent. Great to have your company here today. And of course, I'm Brett Davis, and on behalf of Andrew Barnes, we'll see you at the footy next week for round 21 of the Northeastern Football League clash.